We are back with some Raider football here in the Mile High City as we are traveling to Denver to take on our division rival Broncos. We have started the season extremely hot, and our hot start has not stopped as we take down the New England Patriots and Tua, as Thomas DeShong's has a flawless game, 15 out of 16, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and it is looking like a runaway MVP to start this season, as DeShong's has yet to even turn the football over through the air and is racking up touchdowns left and right. We improved to 4-1, and we have already gotten through the hardest part of our schedule, as taking on the Bengals, Niners, and Chiefs early on, and coming out of that with a 2-1 record, and then racking up other victories along the way puts us at 4-1. And now the Broncos are trying to stifle our momentum that we have built early in the season. This team is looking for real this year, and coming off a playoff victory last year, it is looking all too likely that we will see the Raiders back in the playoffs again and potentially competing for a Super Bowl crown. But maybe we're getting a little too ahead of ourselves, as this is still very early in the year. It is going to be the Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos up next. We faced him in his debut. We passed him over in favor of Thomas DeShong. It is Jean-Marc Aldrick, and these two quarterbacks have been linked since day one. Aldrick still trying to find his place in the middle of the pack of quarterbacks, trying to get into that elite tier, as he has been perfectly solid for the Broncos, but has yet to really take that next step. As 2nd and 5, he will throw caught, and it'll set up 3rd down and 1, and the running back in the backfield is Chase Brown, and Brown will not get the first down. It's going to be an early 3-and-out, and it's Thomas DeShong coming onto the field, the former 3rd overall pick. He has started the season incredibly. 11 touchdowns, 0 picks through the air. Can't ask for a better start than that, as we also have 2 overtime victories in our last 2 videos, as Odernaut takes the first carry. He was the hero of both the overtime games. He gets a yard in his first carry, as we go DeAndre Hopkins on the outside, and Hopkins will get it to 3rd and inches, as DeShong in the shotgun. We will hand it, no, fake it, and DeShong makes a man miss, and Thomas DeShong outside making another one miss, and he gets out of bounds, and Thomas DeShong turns what could have been a loss of yards into a big run and a first down, as Odernaut will have it for 4 yards, and 2nd down and 6. DeShong to the air. He will have a clean pocket, throw it to Odernaut, and we have loved what we have seen from Odernaut in the receiving game. He has been as advertised, as we hand it to him on the outside. Odernaut gets caught on the edge, and we'll get just 3 yards as we spread the field now. 2nd down and 7. Throwing, and it's caught. Kalen Shandy in contested coverage, but he makes the grab. And now a triple option. Flip it out. Odernaut, he's got some room. Gets by Surtain, and he tries to jump over Justin Simmons. And he is an ambitious little back, isn't he? As we throw it outside. Hopkins has it broken up. 2nd down and 10 now, as this offense is moving it. But not this time, as Thomas DeShong runs into pressure, and it is a sack. 3rd down. DeShong will float one. End zone caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jaden Sharu with incredible chemistry with the quarterback, able to time that ball perfectly, and it is an easy touchdown for the Raiders. 7-0 early, as Aldrich takes the field. Clean pocket, will throw it, and it is dropped a little low, but you still got to hang on to that one, as Aldrich will go back to the air, and this time he's got it underneath. Caught for a gain of 6, and it'll set up 3rd down and 4. Manageable situation here for Aldrich. Beats the blitz, and this time it is off the hands of the receiver again. Had a little bit of contact, but again, got to catch that one as the Raiders take over. Back-to-back 3-and-outs forced, as Odernaut will have a 7-yard carry under center now. Play action, and DeShong will roll. Will he run it? Yes, he will. DeShong out of bounds. Late hit there, doesn't get called, but we will take the first down regardless, as DeShong will hand it off, and Odernaut will break a tackle. Could have cut it maybe inside, tries to go outside, gets 4 yards instead, and DeShong will throw. Great protection. He's going to go deep, testing Surtain, and that's a risky ball to throw. We love Kalen Shandy, but that's not a favorable matchup for us, as DeShong on 3rd down will throw it outside. Hopkins caught it only got a foot in bounds, though, and we will have to punt the football away. Hopkins, though, incredible grab to even make that, and that would have been good in college, but not the pros, as Chase Brown will have back-to-back carries here, and Brown will get ahead for the first down. The former Cincinnati Bengal running back is the starter here in Denver right now, as read option, a rare run for Aldrich, and he gets 2 yards on the play. We're really fooled on that one, as Brown will go up ahead inside, fight ahead for some yards, gets it to a 3rd-and-1 situation, and Aldrich now will throw, and he's going to go outside, swatted away, great play. Hobbs as reliable as ever in coverage as we throw a screen out to Sharu, and Sharu makes a man miss. He gets by him, and Jaden Sharu has no one in front of him. Jaden Sharu is gone. 90 yards. And you gotta be wondering, where was the defense on that one? There was no last line of defenders. Once Sharu outran the initial man, he had no one to touch him. And that is an incredible mistake by the Broncos defense. Extra point hits the upright. It is no good. A rare miss from Daniel Carlson. But we aren't really too fazed by it, as we're up 13-0. And another pass breakup made by the Raiders defense, as Aldrich will throw it deep out of bounds. And it is going to be 3rd down. They were threatening to go 3-and-out once again, as Aldrich to the air, has time in the pocket, checks it down. No one was open. And it's going to be 3-and-out once more. Denver can't let this game get too out of hand, as Odernaut takes a carry. He hasn't been able to do a whole lot so far this game, but we haven't needed him to, as DeShong will throw outside. And, well, there he is, Renza Odernaut with his biggest play of the game. It is caught to the 41-yard line. And the Raiders once again are moving the football. Odernaut cuts it to the outside. He is a home run hitter. He tries to bounce it outside and make the big play quite a bit, as DeShong hit, and he tried to get that football off, but Devry Nesbitt, former first-round edge rusher, makes the sack, and it is 3rd down and long. DeShong just throws it out to Kalen Shanny. Conservative play. We will punt the football away. Don't want to take any risks too big and risk losing the momentum, as Aldrich just flat out misses his target there, and Aldrich has struggled, and this whole offense as a whole has struggled, and that's another ball off the hands of a receiver. Once again, contact, but maybe he should catch it, and it is going to be 3rd down once again. Throw underneath, caught, and 1st down just barely awarded to the Broncos. Needed that one badly, and no 3-and-out this time for them, as there'll be a catch underneath for a gain of 6. Aldrich trying to scratch back to that 50% completion mark. It has been a poor first half for him, and it's going to continue. Max Crosby gets the sack, and Crosby forces 3rd and 11, spreading the field, and back him up once again. It's going to be 3rd down and 16 with a false start, and this Broncos offense is looking abysmal so far. Aldrich to throw. Will go underneath once more. Broken tackle, but defenders eventually swarm, and the Broncos have to punt the football away once more as we handed it off. Renza Odernaut has a great run up the middle. Open hole was there for him, and we now keep it with DeShong. Thomas DeShong, one man in the open field, and he couldn't make a miss. He had a big run potentially if he could have done that. DeShong floats one out. Odernaut keeps it in bounds, and they'll get to 3rd and 6. Can the Broncos come up with a big stop? DeShong outside, caught Hopkins, 1st down, and we keep the chains moving, trying to score once more before the half ends. DeShong rolling out, throwing, and out of the reach of Shanny. It goes out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 under center. Handoff, Odernaut to the outside. He's got room, and Odernaut cuts it back inside, makes a man miss, and fights ahead to the 16-yard line. And Odernaut's having some fun now as he's getting some good runs going his way. It is 1st down, handoff inside. Odernaut powers it ahead to a 6-yard gain. We are inside the 10. Throw it outside. Caught. Sharu. Touchdown. Raiders. And Jaden Sharu. 3rd touchdown of the half, and he is having an incredible day. It has been too easy for this Raider offense to move it on this Bronco defense. Cortland Sutton now banged up, and the Broncos have 2 minutes to try to capture just an ounce of momentum, and they had a chance there over the head of the receiver. Aldrich continues to struggle. Third down, caught. Not going to get the first down, though. It is 4th and inches at the 2-minute warning. We take the football back, and at 20-0, we are just having some fun. It is threatening to be a blowout as we go with a little end around, and Sharu's just going to make everything work this game. And Sharu, a rare one. We never bust one of those out, but it works for a gain of 14. And DeShong floats one up top, trying to get it to Michael Mayer. Not going to work there. 2nd down and 10, play action. And DeShong throws it outside, caught by Chiga Konkwo, the number 2 tight end who we acquired from Tennessee. DeShong, though, gets sacked on 3rd down. Devry Nesbitt gets another one. And the Broncos now have 40 seconds to try to make something happen before the half. It will be a nice start for them as they get to the 31-yard line, but with only 1 timeout now and 30 seconds to play, Aldrich's got to make something happen. You need a big play. 2nd down now after the incomplete pass. Aldrich, play action, will throw outside, and that's going to be caught. And there's a big play finally as the Broncos use their last timeout. They don't want to risk it. They're just going to go ahead and take the field goal, and the kick is up and good. They just wanted to get some points on the board with no timeouts to go. They didn't want to risk being tackled in bounds and running at a time. They take their 3, and it has been as one-sided as those stats indicate, maybe even more so, as the Raiders have put up about 300 yards of offense in that first half. Jaden Sharu has 3 touchdowns, and it has been nothing but absolute domination on both sides of the football. It has not just been us playing well, though. The Broncos are just not playing good. A lot of drop balls. Aldrich's missing some passes. They need to clean things up in the second half if we're going to have a ball game. But we will see if the Broncos can pull things together and make a bit of a comeback. They took some points going into the half. We'll see if they can get any more. Raiders and Broncos second half is up next. Second half is here, and the Raiders are up 20-3 with the football in their possession. Broncos desperately need to get some stops here and try to get some momentum on their side as Thomas DeShong. We have tried to run the football with them a little bit more this game, and it's been pretty successful. As on 3rd and 1, Trenton Power and the power packages come out, and Power tries to go up ahead for the first, doesn't get it. 4th and inches, run it again, and the Raiders, that's an extremely risky decision. It can allow the Broncos to get back into the game if we don't get it. We do. But this Trenton Power package that we have tried early on this season hasn't really worked all that well. Might have to score that one back into the playbook and maybe practice it a bit more. It's been a little rough, but it worked out for us there on 4th and inches. Thomas DeShong now throwing one deep. He's got DeAndre Hopkins wide open, and Hopkins has it in the red zone. DeShong throwing outside. He's got Odernot, and Renzo Odernot hurdles his way in. Touchdown, Raiders. Broncos needed a stop, and instead they let us go for a touchdown in just a handful of minutes. It is 27-3, and that's going to be the best throw Aldrich makes all game, it looks like, and it's still not going to be caught. Hit dealed out by Marietta, and it was incomplete. 3rd down now after a miss, and then will they go 3 and out once again? Aldrich checks it down. That's been Aldrich's thing all game, just a little scared to take a shot at times and then just checks it down. And on these 3rd and long situations, you can't do that and expect to convert. They've settled for so many 3 and outs, and they can't be doing that when you're down by 24, as it's going to be a dangerous ball floated by DeShong. Could have been his first interception of the year. He gets away with one there, though, as a screen is set up. Odernot, he has the receiving touchdown, and he's been great in the receiving game all day today, and it's been just a perfect script on offense as Odernot will take the handoff, his 15th carry of the game. DeShong, keeper. He's got Justin Simmons on the edge, outrunning him, 1st down, and Thomas DeShong is contributing greatly to this amazing rushing attack. Him and Odernot are just so difficult to stop in one backfield. And now we got a screen set up. Jaden Sharu, who's got 3 touchdowns. That's his first grab of the game that doesn't result in a touchdown, as DeShong will go underneath DeAndre Hopkins, who's had some nice critical 1st down conversions. We haven't seen a lot of Kalen Shanny, though, as we haven't really needed him to do a whole lot. Sharu has a short grab, gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Handoff. Odernaut gets up ahead for a gain of 4. 3rd down and 3. DeShong catches the snap with one hand, throws it, and it's going to be incomplete. Tried to fit it in a couple of defenders to Cheru. Unable to do so, but we will take a field goal. 30-3 is the score. Broncos trying to just do something at this point. Not even about making a comeback, just some positivity, something to take into next week as we get a first down conversion. Can they even score a touchdown? Their defense has been so rock solid, been playing one of their best games I've seen from them in a long time. As Chase Brown, they've not ran the ball a whole lot, though I can't blame them with Chase Brown as their starting running back, trying to give the ball to Aldrich and all these receivers, and it just hasn't panned out for them. Aldrich, though, has had a clean pocket. Our pass rush hasn't been all that great so far this game, as he's had a lot of clean pockets, but again, just unable to capitalize. And Marvin Mims is absolutely destroyed in the backfield. 2nd down and 12 as they throw. 1st down caught, and they're finally moving the football. It took them till the 4th quarter, but they are in the red zone. Goal to go as Chase Brown, great vision and patience from Chase Brown. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2 where Brown gets the handoff once more, gets it to the 1-yard line this time, and now the goal line package is here. Heavy formation, Chase Brown, touchdown, Broncos, and they are finally in the end zone. Brown makes it a 30-10 game as the Raiders take over with 9 to go, and we'll see what else this offense has in store for us as Odernaut takes the pitch out. Maybe a little early to pitch that football, but we'll take the 4 yards as we hand it off to Odernaut once more. And we are just working him. He's touched the ball so many times this game. And once again, he has it. 1st down, this time through the air. DeShong is having another incredibly efficient day. And if we count today's totals, it takes this tally to 14 touchdowns to 0 interceptions in the first 6 games of the season. And when he's making throws like that to Jaden Cheru, it is just so difficult to defend. Derrick Henry will get a carry, and a rare Derrick Henry carry as Odernaut checks right back in, runs through a man, has it for a couple of yards, and has it at 3rd and 3. Play action, roll out DeShong. We are not taking our foot off the gas pedal as there's Cheru again, and Cheru having a career day. Odernaut, handoff, end zone, touchdown, Raiders, and just like that we respond, and we are not above, running up the score a little bit against our division rivals, though it's not like we were actively trying our hardest to score. They were just playing some heartless defense out there as they have really been demoralized, I think, and the Broncos' rough start to the season is going to continue. It is 37-10 after the Max Crosby sack, and he gets in there again and hits the quarterback. 4th down and 4th and 14. The Broncos are just digging themselves a bigger hole. They are going for it, and they don't get it off the hands of the receiver, and the Raiders take over at the 20 once more. Odernaut has a 1st down carry, and DeAndre Hopkins is going to be banged up and off the ball injury, and Hopkins grabbing at his wrist. He's going to go into the locker room, and unfortunately an injury in garbage time, but questions may arise why we haven't pulled the starters yet, but that is just a preference of wanting to leave our guys in to continue their play. Devry Nesbitt gets 2.5 sacks on this game as DeShong throwing. He'll run, stepping up, and DeShong, easy path, touchdown, Raiders. And when you give us the football in the red zone to start a possession, it's very likely we are going to score, and it is just getting out of hand. DeShong's 4th touchdown of the game, this time on the ground, and he is racking up his MVP candidacy. Aldrich will throw it outside, and there's a nice play as with just 2 to go, the Broncos be smart for them to just run the clock out or something here as they check it down underneath Chase Brown. He's gotten a whole lot of receptions. Fantasy owners are going to be happy with Chase Brown's stats as he has that touchdown and gets reception after reception with these checkdowns as Aldrich with a minute to play. Can he find some points again? Throwing underneath. That's going to be caught for a 1st down. And the Raiders are content to just let them dink and dunk their way down the field with 30 seconds to play now as they throw, almost intercepted. And that was a dangerous ball as Aldrich gets away with the first, but not the second. Intercepted. And that's a perfect way to end the game. Ellis Travis picks it off. That'll do it. The Raiders come into Denver and absolutely stomp out their division rival Broncos. Sean Payton is embarrassed. The Broncos fans' heads are down. The players demoralized, but the Raiders continue their hot start. We are 5-1 on the season, and I can't remember a time where the Raiders started a season so well. And not only that, I can't remember many times where a quarterback has started so good on a season. Thomas DeShong, incredible. 5 touchdowns and over 400 yards of total offense for him. Oder not, puts up 114 yards on 24 carries, but on top of that, also put up 91 yards on 7 grabs. Jaden Sharew, 3 touchdowns in the first half, none in the second, but he'll obviously be happy with 174 yards and those 3 touchdowns. A career day from him. And elsewhere, Kalen Shanny, very quiet today, but you know, we were rolling with the hot hands, and Sharew and Odernot were the stars of the show in the pass catching game and the running game, as Ellis Travis also catches an interception. We don't usually get many interceptions or turnovers, but we will happily take them. And what I will say now is I don't usually show these going into games. I kind of like to leave it to a mystery. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But this game was a breakout for Thomas DeShong, and when he puts up 5 touchdowns, Thomas DeShong is an X factor now, and that's going to elevate his game even more. Unfortunately, on the bad news side of things, DeAndre Hopkins broke his thumb and once again will miss a couple of weeks, as he has been a big injury problem for us since signing. But speaking of signings, we have re-signings, as Max Crosby, 4 years, $135+ million, and Jeremy Chin will stick around on a 3-year deal worth $32 million. When it came to contract negotiations, we've been very conservative when it came to our money in free agency, because we knew we had a lot of contracts coming off the books coming up, with Odigizua getting re-signed, Jeremy Chin getting re-signed, both on very similar solid deals. Then obviously Max Crosby is going to command one of the largest contracts among edge rushers in the league. And then, you know, we have the years after where we have to eventually, you know, come to terms with DeShong, Sharew, Shanny, you know, whatever other offensive linemen we want to bring in, Ellis Travis, Gabe Marietta. We're going to have a lot of contracts to sign, but we're happy to keep the core of the defense, at least in this year's batch of contract expirings, together. And as we look forward, this team is 5-1 atop the NFL world, and we will see if the Raiders can continue their hot start to the season and truly become Super Bowl contenders. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.